Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel from beautiful downtown Warsaw, the 2023 top destination in Europe, according to Top Destinations in Europe. We don't know who voted for it, but we are happy to agree. With me is Jonathan Roy, my pal, and a well-known restaurateur and artist and designer in this here town. From
New York.
From New York, yes. I would say. Yeah.
Except for
although we went to high school together.
We shared a high
not
school.
together. We went to the same high school.
One
I was
year
telling
for me.
Vova, our esteemed
Yes.
filmer. I call him a filmer.
Filmer.
Yeah, he thinks of himself as a director of photography and a cameraman. But I call him a filmer.
It's not really
a country
film,
boy.
though.
I'm just a country boy.
Analog.
What?
Analog.
It's analog. Yeah, it would be analog. At any rate, Vova's laughing, which is always good. We like to keep him happy. Occasionally, I throw him a raw chicken bone.
Oh, yeah.
A chicken bone would be raw, wouldn't it? Yeah.
No, not if it's roasted.
At any rate, what do you do with guests? Your parents are coming.
Yes.
Soon. In a few days.
Tomorrow.
That's even sooner than a few days.
Yeah.
A few hours.
Exactly.
What do you do with guests? Top 3, 4, 5? You got a list?
Okay, yeah. Well, even if it's a little colder, I think the Łazienki Park for sure.
Go for a walk in the Łazienki
yeah.
Park. What is Łazienki Park?
It's the Royal Baths.
That's the translation.
That's the translation.
Yeah.
It's a very well done, well manicured, and also a little wild at different places, and a lot of
it's kind of an
architectural
English garden
follies. Yes,
with
so you have the
some
follies.
follies,
Yeah. But it's like something like
Greek
in the summer
temple
there.
type thing.
It's like a Disney movie. You have your little chipmunks and peacocks and deer and ducks and crazy
squirrels. You have red squirrels.
Oh yeah, the squirrels. They're not the chipmunks.
That will run right up to you, and if you have a peanut or something, and
Yes,
you
and
can
they-
just feed them
they're
right out
very
of your
well
hand.
trained for that.
They
yeah.
don't have rabies.
No,
apparently.
well,
Yeah. So
They
you
just
can,
want nuts
You can
anyways.
deal with them. Don't be afraid if you're American.
yeah.
of
So that's
rabies.
always a fun thing. And then,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's the big classic museums, I guess. There's the Jewish Museum, there's the Uprising
the Poland Museum. That's a
Poland,
place you
yeah.
want to go.
Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
that. It's
quite an
good
experience.
several hours of
The history of the
reading
Jewish
and-
people in Poland. The
Yeah, yeah.
Poland Museum.
Yeah.
We talked about it in a previous episode.
And that won as best new museum one year when it opened, I believe, in Europe or wherever.
It did, yeah. Well, they have a lot of great museums in Warsaw. That's for sure. They also have the Copernicus Museum. We were
Right.
just
And then there's
talking about
there's a new
Copernicus.
Warsaw history of Warsaw in the Old Town Square, which I haven't been to yet.
It's
but supposed to be
fantastic.
good,
We
yeah.
talked about that.
Okay.
History of Warsaw Museum is amazing in several buildings.
Yeah, along the whole side of the
So you can go to
square.
those things in the winter or the summer. It doesn't matter. Winter, spring,
Yeah, yeah,
summer,
yeah.
or fall, as James Taylor would sing, or did sing. And if he were
Who's James
here
Taylor?
to entertain us with his busking. Who is James Taylor? He is a friend of Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
No doubt. Another ginger pretender. So, for Ed Sheeran fans, please don't weep. Please don't weep about what we were saying. Now,
So what else, though? Yeah, so-
museums, yeah, and there are other great museums. In Poland, there's a lot of high-tech museums, which are amazing now. Some of the best museums, I'd venture to say,
Yeah, well, there's a
in the
whole
world.
new generation of this sort of interactive,
Yeah,
much
and
more
because
thorough,
these got
in-depth
built
thing, right?
now,
Yeah. So they have a lot more of it.
they're brand new, as opposed to looking around. I remember the Spy Museum in Washington was one of the most interesting museums and interactive museums. When it was built, it was state of the art, and these museums are kind of like that. There's a lot of cool exhibits, and you can do things and push buttons, and it's a lot of fun, particularly for kids. You got kids or parents, if you've got parents. All of us do at some point, in some stage of appearance or disappearance on the earth. Now, what else am I going to say? So museums. What else? What about restaurants?
Well, it's always a
I think let's reserve the next episode just
Okay.
to talk about food.
food. Okay, yeah,
And more
sure.
so because that is your expertise. I'm going to really be interested in that.
Sure.
And I want to give you more time on that particular subject. Anyway, we're walking down Mielna Street. This is a pedestrian street.
It used to be kind of one of the high streets, if you want to use some British
It was
terminology.
The
was
famous
Yeah.
place where you could shop even under communism.
You can see the
Yeah.
time when that was created via these light posts, right? This is a very 80s postmodern style of street life.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
And
that's
so
true.
now it's kind of bouncing back. It was, the popular street, and then it saw a lot of empty storefronts and just got kind of grungy. And now I've noticed it's slowly kind of bumping back. You got a lot of little Asian stores, and there's a little more interesting stuff. A little Italian southern area opened up, and so it's kind of making a little bit of a comeback. And I think they also made that effort of redoing that whole plaza at the intersection down there. That might
that's
going to do this eventually. I think.
They really did a good job on that too.
Still curious what it's going to be like in the summer with this blazing expanse of concrete, basically. But I mean, there's a few trees that will eventually grow.
It's going to get hot. It's going to be very. I remember some summer days that were very hot in Warsaw. It does get steamy.
You get at least a 2-week period that it's like unbearably hot.
It's like Chicago. You get 2 weeks of summer, and there's two. What's the old joke about Chicago? You could say about Warsaw. There's 2 seasons.
Windy
winter.
No.
But that's also. It's called the Windy City for a different
the mayor.
reason. Yeah, that's right.
Bloviating master.
The bloviating
oratory.
Hot air. The hot air of the politicians in Chicago. But you could say that about any place, I suppose. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, 2 seasons, winter, and July 14th to July 21st, sort of thing. So the 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have. Shall we walk further, and maybe we'll think about talking about some food. We'll talk about hotels.
Yeah,
people need to know these things. We should do special about hotels.
And we're pretty good on that too.
About food.
Yeah, sure.
We know about those things.
Yeah.
And we'll continue and show people maybe a different location that they might like.
Let's do it.
You think? Okay. Thanks for watching Poland Daily Travel. This is Jonathan Roy, my guest, wartime resident, and Warsaw resident. Can you believe that? That's a Freudian schlep.
Well, we had some wartime residency together.
It's a Freudian schlep, and or a Freudian step in terms of our walk. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook, Poland Daily Travel.